Hi everybody, this is Linda with Overbrook Quilt Connection, and today I'm doing one of the finishing up sections of the Facet block of the month. It's the page that is the Sashing and Setting Stones is the page I'm working off of today. One note in the cutting, depending on the width of the fabric, she has that you need 6 strips, but the fabrics that we're using in this kit, we're able to get more of them out. So I only ended up having to cut 5 strips where it said 6, like on the background where you're cutting into rectangles. I was able to get enough out of that I didn't need a 6th strip. So I'm having Amy film today because I want you to be able to see it close up, and that's closer than what I can do at home by myself. So the first step is you take your background rectangles, which are 4 1/4 by 7 1/8, and you put them right sides together. And then you're going to cut them corner to corner, so you have your triangles that you're going to sew on your teal and orange fabrics. Okay, so then you will need to mark, and I know this is a pain, you're going to need to mark some of your corners for sewing the sashing strips together. And I marked them using my ruler, and I tried to do it a little on the scant side. If you can see that, it's right on the inside edge of my 1/4 inch, and then I marked them. And I did, of the skinny pointed end, you need both. You need to know where that intersection is. All right, so you're going to need that intersecting point there, but on this end you only need the just the one. You just need to know where the 1/4 inch is. You don't need to know the cross where it intersects. Okay, and you're going to need 2 pairs that are opposite each other for the sashing. Okay. All right, then to cut your teal and orange, I've marked this because it's a little, and my ruler's not going to be long enough here, but the instructions say to mark 1/4 inch up from that outside edge, and to mark 1/4 inch here away from the fold. And this is the folded edge right here with right sides together. Okay. When you cut it, and it's like I've done this drawn line here, your corner you will cut, so you'll line up your ruler with the 1/4 inch on the corner, and then, but you're going to cut it with you're going to cut it right on the edge of the point. So when you have it up here, your 1/4 inch where you marked it is going to be buried under your ruler, basically, because you're going to cut it right on the point of that fold, or the edge of that fold. So it's not a corner to corner cut, it's a corner to 1/4 inch in cut. And you're going to cut that off, and you'll have, then your triangle will look like this because you're 1/4 inch up. Okay, then you need to mark your intersection on the peak of your triangle, sashing triangle. All right, so now we're ready to start joining them up. Now your first seam, you're going to take that intersection point and you're going to pin match it to the intersection point of and I've got one seam line here, so you just have to imagine that there's another line there, but you need to pin match it to where that intersects and where that intersects. Then at this edge, it needs to, let me show it from this side. You need to have where your stitching's going to be come right into the original corner of your teal strip. So that's why you need to know where that seam line is, because it needs to come down right onto the point of that original sashing or teal. Okay, then you're going to sew your seam and press it towards the teal. Okay, then you're going to take the other one of your the other half of your pair, and you're going to pin match where this intersects. You're going to pin match to where this seam line is now. And then again, you're going to pin match this seam edge to, or this seam line, you're going to match to that point, to this point on the teal, okay? And then you're going to sew your next seam, and again, you'll press it backwards. I just realized I didn't bring you a finished version of it, but the finished version is that you should have 1/4 of an inch here between this point and here, and from here to here should be 12.5 inches long, and from here to here should be 4 inches wide. So I hope that this is helpful in showing you this stuff up close, and I hope this will make your sashing pieces go together really nicely. Thanks.